Welcome to another Fear Street review. Today I am here with Shapeless, which made its Tribeca debut on June 12th. I am still alone, as you can see, but I just want you to know that we are still a cohesive drinking podcast. Trent just has a day job, which we support people who work. So, anywho's, if this is your first review with us, me by myself, I am used to the we and the royal we of it all. If this is your first review on Fear Street, know that there's going to be some spoilers. It's hard to review a movie without ruining a couple of things. I try not to ruin too many things for this one because it is a lot of a movie, and I hope that you see it even if you do disagree with me. We'll get into the why and the for later on, though. So just like a quick little recap of what Shapeless is. So out in public, Ivy is a New Orleans lounge singer trying to make a name for herself. When alone, though, she suffers from a terrifying eating disorder, and the more she hides her struggles, the stronger her inner demons become. First off the bat, content warning, this film is about an eating disorder, and this review is going to touch on that a ton. Also, full disclaimer, my relationship with food is much different than this character or those of my friends. So I am definitely coming at it at a disadvantage in that regard, which is another reason why I hope you do see this outside of what I'm about to tell you. Because again, lived experiences are different and we all bring our own baggage and our own background to everything we do and see. So perhaps I am missing something and I fully own that. So we all know I love a genre movie that deals with real world issues. Hats off to all creators attempting to do that, especially for a topic like eating disorders, which impacts so many people, so many folks, especially femmes. And so I'm here for that dialogue and I'm here for that effort. And I was rooting for this movie just because of those things. I also made the mistake of going in and expecting it to be something similar to the 2019 film Swallow. And it immediately put that to rest. This is its own different movie. It's its own different vibe. It is doing completely different things. And I think that this moves more towards a blatant genre situation as opposed to the subtle atmosphere of Swallow, which is a different movie. I really do feel bad for our lead, Ivy, and her struggles, and it's heartbreaking to watch her wreck herself, her voice, and her chances at a career because of the disease. I also felt so much empathy for her because this disease is fracturing quite a few relationships, and it isolates her in a way that a lot of us can relate to if we've dealt with something that we can't talk about for whatever our reasons, or we can't get help for whatever our reasons. Speaking of, I really felt in my bones the moments where she could not ask for help. Specifically thinking of a doctor's visit where the doctor is trying to get her to say it might be acid reflux, and she's struggling because she's almost wanting to ask for help, but she can't, and it's her own monster, if that makes sense. I feel like those kind of moments really land and work in this film's favor. I also really, I don't want to say enjoyed, but I was also really here for the device that was used when she does break down to eat. There's a mirror around, so we stop being in the moment with her and we watch her actually eat through the mirror as she breaks down because she's just hungry. And I think that was a really cool device in this storytelling that we have here. One thing that did salt my teens, though, is that I felt there should be more Black and brown people in New Orleans, especially because Ivy's a musician. And two of the musicians in her band are Black, and I'm pretty sure that aside from maybe a couple of random smaller roles and smaller parts. And I just felt that was a weird choice. Personally, I would love to unpack that some more, but again, there was not a whole lot of representation in this movie in New Orleans. I think really good things were started here to connect body horror to eating disorders, and I'm not sure it was effective as it could be, though. In particular, this film, it does start to blend those two ideas, and it does start to marry them, and it does create this atmosphere that I kind of want more time in. I won't lie. I had questions. I was engaged for the most part. And I'm excited to see movies pick up where this one leaves off, because I do think that it is trailblazing in that regard, at least as far as things I've seen. I'm not saying I've seen all of the movies, because who has time for that? But like from the sampling I've gotten in my own weird work of watching things forever and on repeat and this podcast, I don't see this conversation happening a lot. And again, I'm really happy it is happening, and I hope that more creators take this on. Yeah. I also just want to, like, again, give more flowers to the fact that this movie is dealing with societal pressure to be a certain weight, and how society is constantly telling us how we should eat and what we should eat and how we should look and what is attractive and what is not attractive, because I have many thoughts on that, which is why I had to co-host a podcast. As far as if it's a yay or nay, this is a lukewarm nay for me. I really want to love this movie, and I really appreciate so much about it, but it was not a 10 out of a 10. And I feel like it might be a nay plus, if that makes sense. I feel like it's a lot to talk about in here, and there's a lot to mine, but it did not feel like something I can confidently say you should go watch this right now, as opposed to please put it on your list and let's talk about it when you get to it. I really see the intention here, and I think it's really, really, really worth the watch. But I cannot in good conscience be like, this is the greatest thing I've seen, this is mind blowing, or anything like that, which is fine. We don't need every movie to be a 10 out of a 10, which is why I'm sticking with my nay plus. Special thanks to our friends at Tribeca for making this review possible. Again, there's not a lot of DIY horror podcasters sitting around in the daytime going through this amazing adventure that I get to be on. And so, again, thank you to whoever and all of the people who made the choice above to approve that application. Hit us up in the comments if you agree or disagree. I, again, live in the comments, as a lot of you have found out this week, and will continue to do so, because I love to procrastinate and I love talking to y'all. That's all I know about Shapeless. Again, I hope that you do watch it, even though I just said what I said. I hope that you do watch it, and I hope that you find us when you do, because again, these are important conversations, and I respect that above a lot of things that we should we should be looking for when we say something's a miss or not. Yeah. Gonna leave that there, because otherwise this will get really, really long. Bye.